Welcome back to another Red Tree Collective video. I'm Zach from Treehouse Guitars, and today in this video I am going to talk about these Golden Age restoration tuners. I am not sponsored by StewMac, of course, although that would be nice maybe. But I have used these Golden Age restoration tuners, which I believe look really nice, for my Amber Series guitars. And I had some issues on my first one. Basically, the tuners were really hard to turn. So I thought a video talking about how to make these tuners work smoothly would be beneficial to some of you. So this is my method and how I solve those issues. So this particular style comes in, there's two different button colors, the black and the cream colored, and they're just a plain plate. But one of the main issues that comes up with the tuning being difficult is when the ends of the posts aren't supported enough. So if the ends of the posts are barely into the wood, which was the case with my first guitar using these, the posts are really reefing on this gear here. So this, you can see the posts as soon as they get into the wood here. You want them supported into this end, basically as much as you can, or at least enough that the wood is supporting the end of the post, as opposed to the post kind of free floating there. So I found that was good. The jig I was using to cut these slots in my head, I changed it because my slot was actually a bit too wide, and it was resulting in those posts barely being supported on the ends. This tool is what I use for routing out my slots in my heads, and it's made by Chris Klumper of Luthier Tool Company LLC, and I'll put a link in the description below for that. I highly recommend it. It's a really awesome tool. But I had these new plates made specifically for my width of slot, because the original ones were just a little bit too wide. These plates were a little bit too wide, so I just had new ones machined. Now there's 5/16 of an inch of wood left on the edges, and then the slots are 9/16 inch wide, and that seems to work well. The posts on the tuners are an inch, and that seems to reach just far enough. The holes on the tuners are still centered in the slots, so that those measurements work really well for me. And I use a template router bit so that these slots are exactly the same as on my routing tool. The other thing that I found helped with these tuners is lubricating these holes. So in the actual tuners themselves, putting this oil seems to work well. StewMac actually sent this to me for free because I was having issues. But it's a pinpoint lubricator, Tri-Flow. I put it in all of the moving parts. And then in the wooden holes, I'll actually take a pencil and put graphite, as much graphite as I can, around the holes on in the outside and on the inside. Try to get graphite in there. And that seemed to pretty much solve the issues. Now these tuners not only look great, but they actually work well. So hopefully that helps you figure out how to use these effectively, because I think they're great looking tuners. They're not super expensive, and if you can make them run smoothly for a long time, then why not? But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you found this helpful. Like and subscribe.